Greetings. Let me shed some light on why we've organised this webinar. Every day, our team receives numerous inquiries from businesses seeking to mount iPads or tablets and use them for crucial applications, such as health and safety compliance, visitor sign-ins, staff clock-ins, and more. Many of these tablets are being connected to the Wi-Fi, and this often leads to frustrations and connectivity issues. Surprisingly, many are unaware that tablets can accept both power and LAN data connections through an Ethernet cable, a feature commonly known as POE, Power+Data. By the end of this webinar, we aim to equip you with a thorough understanding of how implementing a POE solution can benefit your next project. Let's kick things off with a quick poll. We're curious, how do you currently connect your iPads and tablets? Do you use the standard power cable or opt for a POE adapter? So take a moment to enter the poll and then settle in as we explore the transformative potential of POE in simplifying your iPad and tablet installations. Along the way, if you have any questions, please post them. And if we aren't able to fit your answer into the 10-minute webinar, we can hang on a little later to answer a few more questions. Okay, folks, it's time to uncover the hidden benefits of POE.
Sherry, thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here. To introduce myself, I've been the CEO of POE Texas since 2016. POE Texas has been offering power over Ethernet solutions for smart buildings since 2011. Now, a little funny detail, that sounds really new, but that means we've been doing POE for more than 12 years. And I know that specifically because my daughter was born that same year. What you would like to know about this webinar is that POE Texas pioneered and patented the technology to convert power over Ethernet, which is combining wired power and data on an Ethernet cable, to USB Type-C power and data. Our products transform iPads and tablets into smart building screens and kiosks all over the world. And today we're discussing why and how that is. So I mentioned POE is the combination of power and data over an Ethernet cable. So let's answer the question, why POE? Well, it's simple. Money. Well, okay, there's more than that, but money is there too. The good news is that POE reduces your carbon footprint because sending power and data combined on one Ethernet cable requires 60% less copper, and in commercial applications, 100% less steel conduit. You can see the difference here in the slide, how big a difference that change from POE, from traditional AC power to POE makes. Best of all, that reduction in materials means that you save on average 30% by installing a POE system rather than doing it with traditional electricity and Wi-Fi. And that's if you're doing it on a new build construction. Retrofitting existing offices, POE can save you multiples of that by using touch-safe technology that doesn't require circuits, outlets, and in most places, doesn't require a licensed electrician. So let's see how that works. What we're showing here is a short video that was produced by Heckler. We love partnering with Heckler, and they have these beautiful mounts that mount onto a double gang box so seamlessly. What you can see is you simply connect your USB-C cable that came with your iPad to the iPad, and then you mount it inside a single gang box on the wall, tucking the cables away, making sure everything looks really neat. Simply hang it on the bracket that mounts on the double gang box, and then you're going to simply screw it in place, making sure everything tucks in, and then you can see the power. You confirm the power is working by checking the little lightning cable above, or the little lightning bolt, and then when you connect the POE, you'll see the Ethernet cable, the Ethernet symbol appear in the settings, and you can disable the Wi-Fi. So here, we're finally mounting that iPad, and you can see it's one single screw. I've mounted this iPad in our office multiple times. I love it. This tablet mount is a fantastic product by Heckler. So I'm going to give you a few tips. Obviously, I can't cover everything in a 10-minute webinar, but I'll give you a few tips on how to pick the right tablet, POE, and mount for your application. First and foremost, pick the tablet and screen size you need. Here's why. Most tablets over 10 inches, and that's, the iPad Pros, the large iPad Pros 12.9, some of the bigger tabs require 18 to 25 watts of power to run. Most tablets under 10 inch can run on 12 watts. Now, why is that important? Because that will determine the type of PoE adapter and PoE switch or injector you need. Tablets under 10 inch can run an IEEE 802.3 AF, or what you normally see as PoE, just that PoE by itself. Tablets over 10 inch, like the Microsoft Surface Go and Pro, will need IEEE 802.3 AT or PoE Plus. And you want to make sure you know this because you have to get the right adapter that's rated for PoE or PoE Plus and the right PoE switch or injector for that same power. Now, we can cover switches and injectors in a future webinar because, frankly, we have to have something to get you to come back and watch more webinars with Sherry. Finally, pick the mount that fits your application. And for example, you could do a desk mount like we've pictured here. You could do a wall mounted on the wall where everything is proud of the wall and all you have is a little Ethernet cable coming out of the wall. Or you could do wall mounted flush to the wall with a box to hold everything in the back like you saw in the previous video. Let's talk briefly about compatibility because I know that's going to be a big concern. But Tyler, which of your products fits with which brand or make and model? Well, other than the power that I mentioned before, so that's the only variable is you need to know how much power it is. There's not a lot you need to worry about in terms of compatibility. PoE Texas's patented design is plug and play for any tablet that has USB 2.0 or USB 3.0 on the USB-C port. You could see a few examples here. The biggest variable that we have is because Samsung, at least in years past, did not have USB data on all the USB ports. But more and more devices are having it built in. So by all means, contact Leading Solutions if you have questions and to confirm compatibility. So let's move on to see more features on our patented technology and what you can use it for.
I want it. Audio Jungle. I want it. I want it. I want it. Want it. I want it. I want it. Want it. I want it. I want it. Audio Jungle. I want it. I want it. Want it. I want it.
This is the new, upgraded, more advanced than ever GAT USB-C PD. The all-new aluminum enclosure comes in brushed aluminum or black and provides more heat dissipation capability than ever before. Smaller and designed to fit in tight tablet enclosure spaces, the new version 3 GAT USB-C PD now delivers blazing fast USB 3.0 data. That means you get gigabit network data right to your iPad, Surface, or Samsung Tab, along with our industry-leading Power over Ethernet to USB power delivery technology, all on one cable. You can run graphics-intensive media remotely for digital signage, remotely store media content, or operate your own NDI streaming studio using your tablet devices. As always, our GAT USB-C PD comes ready to use right out of the box. There's no configuration, no programming, and no accounts to set up. We've paired it with most industry standard devices to get the broadest compatibility available in the market today. Simply connect your PoE Plus switch to the GAT USB-C PD version 3, and you have the fastest, most reliable direct wire connection to your device. This is the all-new GAT USB-C PD version 3. It retails for just $128.99, delivering so much value at this affordable price. PoE Plus power for USB power delivery, high-performance aluminum enclosure, and the broadest compatibility on the market, whether you're an Apple, Microsoft, Samsung, HP, or Lenovo user. There's no other device like this. Well, Sherry, I very much appreciate having gotten to speak to your audience today. Thank you very much. And it's back to you.
Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate you joining us. So we have come to the end of our 10-minute allotted time slot. If you would like to stick around, we'll do some Q&A. Otherwise, there is a webinar recording coming your way if you maybe joined a little later or you want to share a recording with your team. So the plan is the team at Leading Solutions are here to answer any questions that you might have about the PoE switches, matching a PoE adapter to your tablet, or finding a snazzy enclosure that's going to bring that bundle all together. So let's take the headache out of patchy Wi-Fi and PowerPoints running down the wall to the PowerPoint at the bottom. We want you to give PoE a crack in your next project. Cheers for tuning in. So we do have some questions, Tyler. We're going to need to get you to hold on and hang around for a little bit longer. Could you tell us, are there any ruggedized PoE injectors in the works?
Yes, there are some ruggedized PoE injectors. When you say ruggedized, we do have a PoE injector that has surge protection, which allows you to have it in a location. For example, if you're worried about lightning strikes or electrical interference, we have surge protected injectors. We also have some devices that can extend your PoE outside the building through water, direct burial. So yes, there are definitely some very interesting outdoor ruggedized products.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of the struggle is to make these PoE adapters smaller and smaller, and so there's a lot that gets stripped back. But what I liked about that video with the latest USB-C is that exterior is actually built for better heat dissipation as well, which must be something that pops up fairly frequently for you.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Sherry, heat dissipation is probably one of the most difficult challenges we face. And I'll share this with your audience. It's something to really consider. And frankly, one of the reasons why PoE Texas's products stand out as a system, we have almost 5 years of history of deploying thousands of these devices all over the world in all types of situations. And we have gained so much experience on how to make them more durable, how to make them last, and heat aging has been the #1 challenge for us to improve our product and continue to make it more and more heat resistant, because you want to be able to stick it in that box, cover it with an iPad, and forget it's ever there. And they do generate just the littlest amount of heat, but over time that can build up. So yes, heat is something that you should really consider as you're checking into which adapters you're looking at.
Thanks, Tyler. And the next question, I believe, is for me. Do we have stock in the country? Yes, we have stock in Australia and in New Zealand. The one we saw the video on, the GAT USB-C with the heat dissipation shell, that is a new product. So we'll be getting that in over the next couple of weeks. Let us know if you'd like to be one of the first people to receive it. Tyler, this one's for you. We have somebody using PoE injectors in the kitchen, so it needs to have some level of ingress protection. Is this something that you can offer?
Great question. When you say injector, I'm assuming you want the PoE adapter near the iPad. Typically, the injector or the switch is located in a server room or away from the kitchen. So our devices do have the extra heat protection, but they don't have specific ingress protection. What we'd recommend you could do is put them in an enclosure, like ball box or other type of thing that does do the ingress protection if you're talking water, humidity, smoke, those types of things. So our adapters don't come with it specifically built in, but they're sized and designed to be put in enclosures, so you could pick an enclosure that fits your application.
I wonder if they're using iPort, that typically calls for a PoE injector. But we can, I could see that, I could see who's asked that. Maybe we can follow up with them directly. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the questions. Thanks everybody for hanging around. And oh, hang on, we've got one more. The PoE GAF lightning adapters are quite good. Will there be a similar model to those?
Ooh. Well, Sherry, I'm going to share something with you that is not public information, but because you get the CEO on these types of things, we're notorious for cracking things that aren't necessarily publicly known. We are doing an upgrade right now to our POE to Lightning adapter, our GF Lightning PD, and we're going to go to a new version that comes in a nicer aluminum enclosure with the option, this is exciting for me, with the option for a USB-A port. So if you wanted to plug in storage or connect your iPad directly to a printer, those options are coming out soon. So I'm excited about it.
You
Just
guys
didn't
never
Elon
stand
Musk
still.
there, though.
There's so many new products that come out from POE Texas. It's really good to see. A quick question on the warranty period on this hardware. 12 months?
Yes, we offer 12-month manufacturer warranty. And we also, in the States, but if you start asking me for it, we can also offer an insurance-backed warranty program from AIG, the largest insurer in the world. They'll actually back the products. They're reliable enough that AIG will back the products and the warranty. I haven't gotten approved for Australia and New Zealand yet, but if you start pushing me, maybe I can, make some things happen.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, I think we've come to the end of the questions this time. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Tyler, for taking time out of your busy schedule. It's been great having you here.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in a bed.